it.
I was thinking a lot yesterday night, and I said, okay, let us use this. So the first letter means that to live in the real self. L means the first, live in the real self. How to live in the real self? Just to remember that I am of the nature of real self. I am of the nature of the real self. But how to help the mind to reach to that point? Oh, I am none of the waves. I am the water. The waves exist in the name and the form, but wave itself is the water. So liberate, L means that we should listen and recognize that there is a real self, that is only one, that is pure consciousness and unchanging, uncreated reality. You know, have you studied geometry? So in geometry, in the school days, so the master taught us that you see the sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Every triangle has three angles.
Right.
But angles, the sum of angles of all triangles is 180 degree. So then the master says you have to prove it. And if you follow the process and prove it, you get full marks. Exactly the same way we say we are the real self and follow the process to prove that you are the real self. You cannot be the false self. So exactly in a rational way, we prove that we are the real self. So in that context, you see the wave is water, but water is not the wave.
Right. Yeah.
Huh? So the same way that consciousness is the real self, that consciousness is not the body, mind, intellect, ego, but this body, mind, intellect, and ego depends on the consciousness. Do you see? It depends on the consciousness. Because if the consciousness is gone, we say the body. Oh, the body of that guy has come. We don't say that person has come. Do you see the difference between a dead and alive?
Yeah.
Someone knocks the door, we say, oh, that person has come. But when the person is dead, we see the body has come.
Okay.
So it means what? The consciousness is not there. So, but how we prove it? By different processes, by understanding the simple principles that we have a physical body, we have a subtle body, mind, then we have a causal body, and just see that in deep sleep, I'm still alive, but I'm not the body and the mind. That proves that as such, I'm not the body and the mind. Otherwise, in deep sleep also, I should have been aware of the body and the mind. In dream state, there is another dream body and the dream mind. This body keeps lying on the bed, and the dream body is running, chasing lot of things. And in the waking state only, we are attached to this body and the mind. In deep sleep, we are not attached to the body. But then, what is present in all the three states? That presence is the real self. So, the first acronym is all about LI. We have to listen, learn, contemplate, and reflect all the time that I am of the nature of peace and happiness. That is the nature of the real self. The second word is the I. So I means investigate the false I. I investigate. So let me investigate that am I the body? I have lot of pain in the body. And then I say I have a pain in the body. There is a stress in the mind, and I say my I am in stress. So investigate the false I. How? By intellect. How the intellect? Let the intellect think of it. But why the intellect should think? Because the mind lives impulsive life, unexamined life. Mind, if you leave the mind to live the life, it is the mind that is living the life. We are not living the life. We have to investigate. How do you know that you are, the mind is living the life? You wake up in the morning and your mind says it's a bad morning, and throughout the day it becomes a bad morning. Who says this? It is your mind. So, but we don't, we take it for granted. The mind said it's a bad morning. We don't investigate. Oh, let me investigate. Did anything happen to the sun? No, nothing happened to the sun. Oh, today is Wednesday. So did anything happen to the Wednesday? No. So how come it's a bad morning? Mind, calm down. Don't lead me. I will lead you. That is investigation. So I have to think, investigate the false self. If I don't investigate the false self, then this mind will take over us. I have told you before also, this mind is the worst master, and it is the faithful servant. It is the most faithful servant you can ever find. But it is the worst master. If the mind is leading my life, then my impulsive nature, my habitual nature. Say, for example, you start thinking about the Philip, why he is not doing this, why he should have done this. And now ultimately you get frustrated. Ah, no, I am frustrated now. He is my son. Leave him on his, leave him, let him do whatever he does. You see, the mind should not become my master. That is, I have to investigate. Investigation demands an intellect. Intellect uses the knowledge. What knowledge it uses? Let me think for a while. Am I the body? No, I'm not the body. I possess the body. I own the house, but house is not me. I own the car, but the car is not me. What we are doing by investigating, by dropping, we are dropping the false notion. False notion. Why we are dropping the false notion? These false notions are accumulated by the mind, and then mind says, I know it's a bad morning. I know you have a stress. Are you getting it?
Mhm. Yeah.
So the liberate, we have done L. I have to listen to the entire, I have to listen what I have to listen, what I learned, that the real self is my nature. So what is the second step? I have to follow the process to prove, like a geometrical theorem. You see, you see the beauty of the geometry is that they have already given an answer. What is the answer? What is the sum of all the angles of a triangle? That is 180 degree. So we follow the same logic. Who you are, I'm the real self, but I'm still suffering. Let us prove it. Understand, it has nothing to do with the God and religion and cult and dogma. It is just I can live in a moment, I can live into that state of the consciousness. So so I follow the process. So we have come to the process in the second level, investigate. I'm using the word, using the acronym LIBERATE. Investigate the false self. Investigate. So once I investigate the false self, what happens when I investigate? What is the investigation? Investigation that my house's number is not 29, it is 27. So when I investigated that it is not 29, and I see this house number 29, my mind does not react. Oh, I'm okay. It's not me. Same thing. That is what the investigations. When I recognize I'm not the body, then what? Let me take care of the body, repair and maintain. But that is enough. Mind, don't interfere. Don't claim that I'm the body. Investigate. Now come to the third word is be. Break free from the attachment. So I have investigated, but still I'm attached. So B means break free from the attachment and detachment, neither attachment nor detachment. Where is attachment and detachment? Attachment to outcome. I've been telling you, my son, do this, but you have not been doing, and I am upset because of you. Why that is attachment. I have told you, yes, that's a good advice, but we do it, very good. Don't do it, very good. Break free from the attachment. How the attachment lives in the mind by thought, by feeling. What is a thought? Understand clearly, what is a thought? Thought is equal to an object or a person plus knowledge of that object plus false I, my ego, plus some demand from that person or object. Four issues. I'm making it like a mathematical formula. What is attachment? Attachment is equal to, attachment first is equal to a thought. So now, then what is a thought? Thought is equal to, for example, an object or a person. Let us take Philip, plus knowledge of Philip, plus, plus my false I, plus expectations from the Philip. You should follow this routine, my son. You don't follow it. So I have some expectations. I identify myself. He is not doing it, so I'm frustrated. Why I'm frustrated? Because of attachment. What the B stands for, break free from attachment. Not only that, forget about him. Thought about my body. So thought is equal to pain in my body, plus knowledge of the pain, plus the false I, plus the expectation that this body should get rid of the pain, and I'm obsessed with the body. So when I'm obsessed, I already have a lot of expectations. I will continue to suffer. How I suffer? Throughout the days and weeks, I keep on reminding myself I have a pain in the body. I have other things to do also. Do you see B? B, break free from the attachment. Another way that our American life talks about practice acceptance of present circumstances. let me have a sense of acceptance. Why I should have an acceptance of the, I have an extreme pain in the body. Can you order the body not to have pain? Is it possible? Can you stop the body? Can I remain sweet 16? Not at all possible. Not at all possible. The body follows its own laws. So this is the meaning of acceptance. It does not mean if I have a pain, oh, let me take care of the pain, but don't allow the mind to keep on repeating it because of attachment. So we have done LIB, acronym. Remember this. Then we come to E. So E means eliminate delusion, liberate, acronym. E means eliminate, eradicate delusion. What is this delusion, my friend? At all the time, what is the delusion? Delusion means what appears true to me is not true. What appears real to me is not real. Delusion, what is the delusion? The water in a mirage. We have many mirage visions here in Arizona. We can see that the moonlight is also a vision. As such, there delusion. As such, there is no light of the moon. Basically, it is sunlight. Do you see? It is a sunlight. So we have millions of delusions, and with those delusions, our mind becomes the master. Master says that I know you have a problem. I know you are suffering. I know, etc., etc., etc. I have to take over the mind. These delusion also comes first, it is perceived, and then perception becomes a feeling, then the feeling becomes a thought, and then I suffer completely. Eradicate delusion. Delusion. Delusion keeps us trapped in the cycle of desire and disappointment. Delusion in the mind, present, it is being repeated. What is that delusion? Oh, if I eat pasta, I'll be happy. If I eat pasta, I'll be happy. If I eat pasta, I'll be happy. So it keeps on repeating. Repetition of a particular thought to have something from the outside is desire. And then I go to a restaurant, I order the pasta, the waiter is rough, pasta is not tasty, I return with a disappointment because I was searching happiness in that pasta which is not there. Do you see that happiness is not there in the pasta? We are simply analyzing, we are understanding. Let us see another way to see it. Oh, so you like pasta, very good. So you order the pasta, very good. Pasta is very good. You see the other side also. So the pasta is very tasty, very good. Who feels that the pasta is tasty? Your taste bud in the tongue. Okay, you can say that, it's not a delusion because how long you have eaten the pasta? Oh, it took me 15 minutes. Very good. let us say that it is not a delusion. I really experience with my taste bud, and I am happy. Now the delusion will start. Now your mind says that let me give little more tip because I'm happy, because pasta is so good. Pasta made me happy. But now you have already eaten the pasta. You are extending that pleasure of eating the pasta, which is already finished, by giving a more tip to the waiter. Do you see that?
Mhm.
Now you are approaching your car, and your mind says, "What a good restaurant! What a good taste of the pasta! What is the color of the pasta? I loved it." You fall again into a delusion. The taste bud only remained active for 15 minutes, but you started dreaming of the pleasure that you received from the pasta. Replace the pasta with anything, and you will find that you will have a conclusion. Then you are driving the car. While driving the car, oh, my belly is very much full. Why? Because I have eaten pasta. Ask yourself, is belly is indicating that happiness is there? Belly is not happy.
Mm.
Do you see that? That is the process of investigation. So we eradicate, we say, mind, hold on, what the heck you are doing? Drive carefully. Huh? You have already eaten pasta. I can agree that you enjoyed, you had a pleasure for 15 minutes as long as the pasta comes in contact with the taste buds. After that, the pleasure is gone. But still, my mind, who becomes my master through the thoughts, feeling, I remain attached to it, and it results into a delusion while driving. Oh, today I am very much satisfied by the food that I got. Do you see how the mind makes me crazy? And I don't remember. Oh, it's a delusion. Mind. Hold on. How many times you were satisfied by eating the food? Maybe 100 times. Okay. How many times you have eaten the pasta to satisfy your belly? Maybe 2 or 3 times. See that? See. This is what the master is talking about. Eradicate. Yes, eradicate all the delusion. Pleasure in the world comes when my sense organs goes in contact with a person or an object. As long as the contact is there, we experience pleasure. The moment the contact is lost, that pleasure is gone, and the mind continues to heap the praise over it. No, I have another question. Is there, no, so can I eat pasta 24 by 7? Because if I get a pleasure by eating pasta, so let me keep the pasta whenever I have a stress, so let me eat pasta whenever I have an anxiety. Let me take a bite of the pasta so that it should give me a pleasure and get rid of my anxiety. Is it possible? It is not possible. So when it is not possible, it means nothing in the world has a property of happiness. Mind, don't delude me. You think in your intellect I can bet you your anxiety is gone, your reaction is gone, a sense of depression is gone. People do not understand. So we have done LIBE, liberate. That is our acronym, LIBE. Now we come to R. I can bet you, and when you contemplate and reflect with LIBE, and what is R, you can recognize that you are already calm and relaxed.
Mhm.
Anxiety is gone, attachment is gone, delusion is gone. So when they are gone, we realize our inner calmness. Even while listening to me, realize that. So after you, by the process of contemplation and reflection, you have you have dropped the mind that was trying to be the master, replaced by knowledge. What is knowledge? It is understanding. What is understanding? It is awareness. What is awareness? I'm living from moment to moment. Do you see? And then that is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. Look at how our masters have done so much. Ah, I'm always grateful to those masters. And now the R, I now realize the calmness. I'm calm. Why I'm calm? Attachment, detachment is gone. I have recognized my intellect, my knowledge says, oh, keep that pleasure for 15 minutes as long as there was a contact between the pasta and the taste bud. The intellect asks the question to the tongue, do you still have that pleasure? Do you still have the taste? No. So why you are living in delusion?
Okay.
So R means that I recognize instantly. I recognize instantly the state of the calmness and the steadiness in the mind. Think, my friend, think. It is very logical. Nothing is emotional. Nothing is hidden. It's a purely a process of proving the geometrical theorem. What is that geometrical theorem? That sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180-degree. So we say the sum of all the knowledges in the world is what? I'm the real self of the nature of peace and happiness. There is no suffering at all. You have to summarize it. You have to listen to it again and again. So we have done R, Liber, ER. So that is what we are. So I realized, oh, calmness is inside. I was searching calmness in the past. I was searching calmness in a person with whom I'm attached. I was searching calmness in a person. My mind deluded me with lot of expectations. Oh, drop it. I have already dropped by LIBE. And now I recognize that I realize the state of the calmness. Calmness. So I can only find my true nature in the state of the calmness. In the state of delusion, no. In the state of attachment, no. In the state of false identity, no. So LIBER we have done. In liberate, now the A is there. Where is A? When I live in a moment, I awaken to my true nature. How can I awaken to the true nature? Go back to the same experience. You have gone to a restaurant to eat pasta. Remind your mind, pasta does not have a property of peace and happiness, but definitely it can feed my belly, it can meet my hunger. So I remember this. I'm awakened. I'm living in that awareness. I eat pasta. I praise it. Yes, if it is good, I like it. I feel the good taste. Then, what do you mean by awakening? You get rid of all the false notion in the form of a thought and a feeling. So, yes, you are happy. You have given a more tip to the waiter. That too is okay. Yes. So you think that it is in a giving mode. I remember the pasta does not contain the property of happiness, but but my mind is in a mood of giving. So that giving nature is making me happy. It is not the pasta, it is not the waiter. Are you understanding?
Mhm.
So it has nothing to do with the waiter. All waiters are the same. So do you see? You have to see. That is what we are processing in our mind through the knowledge. Okay, so I awaken to the. So then I'm driving. I'm approaching to the car, and I say, "Oh, that pasta is good." Tell the mind, hold on. Pasta was definitely good. I like the color and the taste as long as my taste buds were in contact with the pasta. Why you are thinking again? Are you ready to develop attachment to that? So your intellect, your knowledge, your awareness, your understanding drops the mind to think in this way. You pay attention and you drive home. That is the meaning. You awaken to the true nature. You are not attached to anything. You are not deluded by any object. You have nothing to do with attachment and detachment. So you recognize and abide as a pure awareness that underlies all my experiences. You, you have gone to a restaurant. If you are not conscious, can you recognize restaurant? No. You are sitting on a table, sitting very. If I am not aware and conscious of the table in a restaurant, you cannot sit. So the consciousness is a common factor. You drove the car consciously, consciousness is there behind. You are eating the pasta, consciousness is there that tells you that you are eating the pasta. Consciousness is the common factor. Awareness is the common factor. I'm just proving like a logical theorem. I'm 2 plus 2 is always 4. Oh, yes. Yeah. That because if I'm not conscious, forget about restaurant, forget about pasta, forget about the taste, but forget about the driving. Consciousness is the common factor. So all my experiences depends on this consciousness. I awaken to my true nature. I awaken to my true nature. So I have completed the acronym LIBERATE. Think of it. Think of it. So L, L means I live in the real self, or I listen to, when you listen means that you ask the mind that Am I listening? Yes, I'm listening. What does it mean listening? That you remember, you recall that I'm the real self.
Mhm.
That is the meaning of L. The second acronym is I. Let me investigate the false self, which this it is the false self that creates lot of problem. Then the B means I have to break free from the attachment. So by investigation, I am breaking free from the attachment. B. And then E. Once I understood this, I break free from attachment, but first there is an attachment, then there is a delusion. So now I understand, oh, the delusion is present in my mind, and that is why I feel anxious. That is why I feel a lot of pressure in my head. Okay, so once I have dropped this, I find R. I now recognize and realize that I am calm. So I investigate that calmness from where it has come. It has come from, it has come from within. Liberate. So I awaken to my true nature. I awaken to my true nature. So just go ahead. Liberate, liberate. A, awaken to the true nature, awaken to my true nature, and then liberate, embody. And then we come to the T. I'm just thinking of an acronym of the T. Transcend the limitations. The T means I transcend the limitations caused by the attachment and detachment. I transcend the limitations. T here means that I transcend the limitations. And the E means what? I embody my real nature all the time. I embody my real nature all the time. And that is how I live in the state of constant peace and happiness in my life. Yes, transcend the limitations. Yesterday I was thinking, so I missed it, but now I remember. Yes, transcend the limitations. What happens when I'm awakened to my nature? What is that limitation means? Simple way to understand. My mind, impulsive mind, limits me that if pasta will give me the pleasure, eating pasta will give me the pleasure. If the body has, if the body will not become old, I will be happy. So we start thinking of those things which is not possible in our life. And that causes the delusion. So you see that again. Live or listen in your mind. Live in the truth or learn, listen and learn is the L. I investigate the false I. We break free from the attachment by constant thinking, then eradicate or eliminate the delusion. E. R is realize your inner calmness. If you don't realize, start the process again from LIBE,
Mhm.
where you missed it, and realize your inner calmness is you now you are awakened to the true nature. Why you are awakened, how you are awakened to the true nature. I am happy. My happiness, my joy, my calmness is not depending on anything in the world. I experience the sense of the calmness inside me.
Mhm.
I awaken to my true nature. How it happened? Because I have transcended the limitation. So why we are using the word T and why we are saying transcending the limitations? Because if I do not transcend the limitation, I will fall back into the attachment and delusion and anxiety and reaction. And when I transcend the limitation, I embody the sense of freedom all the time.
Mhm.
I experience that freedom is with me. And when I have that sense of the freedom, obviously I'm living constantly without any